Hey there, happy Halloween! Today, on the occasion of this festival, I'm going to tell you about how my roommate's Halloween went wrong and how scary it turned out for her. My name is Rose, and the incident which I'm going to tell now happened when I had joined my new college, Redwoods. I was new and alone in the town, so I was staying in the college hostel. One day, our principal shifted a girl named Glory to my room because no one wanted to share their rooms with her. Glory was little and no one liked her because she was too arrogant. Everyone used to hate her because she used to make fun of her roommate, and if her classmate was supposed to be newly joined, she used to find out ways for ragging them. Principal insisted that I share my room with her, and as I wasn't aware of her nature, I agreed. Glory and I were in the same class. For me, everything was going normal, as Glory was behaving nice to me. Well, to be honest, I had no complaints against her, until one evening, which literally turned out as a surprise for me. Our principal had arranged a Halloween party, and everyone was busy partying in the auditorium. On the other side, I was sitting in my room practicing maths because we had a maths test 2 days later. And I was very weak in maths, so I had to study hard for the sake of getting at least passing marks. I was totally involved solving the equations when all of a sudden, the light of my room went off. I didn't know why it happened, and I didn't bother to find out either. So I just took my phone and turned on the flashlight and continued solving my equations. Then, I heard a knock on my room door. I thought it must be Glory. She went for the Halloween party and must be back now. So I went with the flashlight on to open the door. But to my wonder, when I opened the door, there was no one, except a box which said, "For Rose." I was surprised, and so with curiosity, I started to unbox it. And then, bang! A clown came out of the box with a spring attached to it. Oh God, it was enough to scare me, as I'm totally a person who can faint from such. I just ignored it and came inside the room with that ugly clown. When I was about to sit on the bed, I heard a sound coming from my cupboard, as if someone was inside it. God, everything was getting scary. I literally had no guts to open the cupboard, but the noise was getting louder, and I just went to open the door. As I opened the door, someone jumped on me. I screamed at the end of my breath. Oh God, someone please help! I kept screaming, closing my eyes and shivering. The lights turned on, and then a girl started laughing loudly, and I opened my eyes. It was Glory, and she was dressed in a stupid white gown and had makeup on her face. She was actually looking like a ghost. She was in the cupboard, and she well planned the on me, and I was literally scared and just shouted at her, telling her that I will not forgive her for this incident. She just went on laughing that no one could ever do so, and she went to sleep on her bed, laughing so hard. But now I was done with her tantrums. I thought she would greet me as a good friend, but what she did was way too bad. So I called some of my classmates, messaging them. We planned to Glory. Everyone hated her for the reason of her behaving like this to others, and everyone wanted to teach her a lesson. I waited till Glory fell asleep, and then I called everyone into my room. We turned off the lights and fan, and everyone gathered near Glory's bed. Some were standing near the bed, and some were sitting on the bed. Well, it was the right time to teach Glory a good lesson, because everyone was dressed in their Halloween attire, and she had no idea about this, because she was busy with planning a on me. One of my friends was shining a torchlight on her eyes, which was disturbing her sleep. She was half asleep, and she was calling my name, asking me to look at what's wrong with the light. And when she realized I wasn't answering, she opened her eyes and saw the room was totally dark. She said, "Why are all the lights off?" She then took her cell phone and turned on the flashlight and just screamed because her bed was surrounded by people who were sitting there staring at her with a weird expression. She just shouted and jumped out of bed, seeking help. And then we turned on the lights and started laughing at her. When Glory saw all of us, she felt embarrassed and she realized her mistake. she got what she deserved. What's your story? True Tales wants to hear it. If you also have any such moment, you can share it in the comments section below. Hit the like button if you liked my story. Subscribe to this channel to watch more such videos and press the bell icon for more updates. Hello, I'm Sharon, and today I'm here to tell you about my Halloween night. It happened 2 years back, when I went to California to visit my cousin Ellie. We had plans to celebrate Halloween together. Ellie was the most mischievous one, as she always had been the coolest girl, and also the most brilliant among all of us cousins. I adore Ellie a lot. My cousin Ellie and I decided to celebrate Halloween together at her place. Halloween was just near, so I went as an early bird to help Ellie in decorations and planning everything together. Ellie also invited some of her close friends, and all our cousins were also joining us. I was the happiest person because celebrating Halloween with cousins and some new people is all that I wanted. We decorated Ellie's house with red and black balloons. And we had a dress code. Everyone was supposed to wear different characters, dressed like an old clown, and the list was on and on. And yes, finally, the most awaited evening was here. My cousins were all dressed up in their Halloween outfits. Well, I was wearing a highly designed gown and a floral tiara around my head. I was dressed as an Egyptian queen, and Ellie was the Harley Quinn. Well, she has always been a bad person, so the character she chose was a perfect match for her. All of us gathered and started the celebration. We danced to the creepy Halloween music. Well, it is mandatory. After the party, we had dinner together, and when one of Ellie's friends, Karen, said we should distribute candies to all the neighbor homes. It was a good plan, so we agreed and headed forward. We were going to every neighbor's house to give candies. As we crossed the street, we already came far from Ellie's house. Then some of us noticed that there was a bungalow near the end of the street, so it was the only house which was remaining. One of Ellie's friends, Lucas, said we should check if someone was living there. We went and knocked on the door, and I suddenly heard some noise from the backyard garden. So I just whispered to Ellie that there was someone in the backyard, but Ellie just smiled and said that it must be a dog or something. But somewhere, I knew that something was wrong. But I tried to assure myself by thinking that it must be a dog, because this is what we do when such things start happening in real life. We try to talk about the things which make sense. We were following Lucas as the door was already opened. We all went inside and screamed if someone was there. Then what happened next literally scared the hell out of us. As Lucas screamed, "Hello, is anyone in there?" And then the voice came, "Come inside." We were scared as there was no one present there. First, we thought someone was playing a prank on us, but it turned out to be so creepy when the noise became louder. It was the voice of an old woman. She was constantly saying, "Come inside." We all were scared, and something strange happened. There was a noise of music playing, and everything in that house was looking very scary. So we literally started running out from there. We escaped as fast as possible from there and reached far away from the scary house. When we were running, an old man came and stopped us and asked why we were rushing over. And then we all told him about what happened with us in that house. And what the old man said was just unbelievable. He said that last year on Halloween Day, the house was set on fire accidentally when the Halloween party was going on. The house was owned by an old woman named Mrs. Joseph. Everyone present in the house was found. After the investigation, cops said that it all happened accidentally, and from that time it's been haunted. Well, now whenever I even think about that incident, it literally scares me. Share your stories down in the comments section if you ever come across such a situation. Hit the like button if you liked this story, and subscribe to this channel to get more updates in the future.
Hi, I'm Harry. Twice the experience of my relationship went bad. In both of my serious relationships, I got cheated on. My first relationship started when I got married to Suzanne, at the very young age of 20 years old. Suzanne and I were studying in the same university. Not just classmates, but we were both the best of friends. I was popular in bunking classes, sitting idle or roaming around in the university campus, singing and doing a rap. For doing all of this, she was my best company. Singing was our passion, and we never needed a reason to sing. Just a mood made both of us sing. Time passed by, and gradually we had fallen in love, where we used to sing, "You Got a Friend in Me." Now we love singing, "Every night in my dreams I see you, I feel you." And soon, without completing our studies, we got married. We were both enjoying our life, and for surviving, we planned to do recording in our flat. We bought a mic, speakers, amplifiers, and built a small recording studio in our flat. We took freelancing work for voiceover, and we earned a good amount of money for it. Our freelance work took both of us to another level, and after 2 years, we both saw financial growth. Setting up a huge sound studio needs a good investment, and this time we were capable to bear all the funds. No sooner, we purchased a new office near our apartment, bought and installed the music system and all the required sound accessories. After completing all the setup, we hired 2 boys, Calvin and John, as co-workers, and our work started. We all worked full-time, but did fun stuff and partied too. Everything was going cool, and after 6 months, I got even more great news. Suzanne was expecting a baby. What a remarkable day it was. I was blessed and I was loving life. God showered happiness on me until one day. 8 months passed by and Suzanne carried our baby safely until then. Then one day, as usual, I left for the studio. Suzanne was home along with our housemaid. Suzanne was dusting the staircase and accidentally she slipped and fell down. She got faint on the spot. Our maid was in the kitchen, and because of the sound Suzanne made when she fell, she went out to see what happened. She was shocked looking at Suzanne lying on the floor. She immediately took her to the couch, called me, and then called the ambulance. We rushed to the hospital, and Suzanne was taken to the operation theater. I was wrecked and worried for my wife, and for the baby too. I was praying that both of them should be safe, but unfortunately, I got the news that we lost our baby. I was disheartened, but I kept myself calm because I didn't want to make Suzanne more sad. I went to see Suzanne when she was unconscious and wasn't aware of who was around her. Her eyes were closed and she was chanting, "Calvin, Calvin." I was confused initially, but later I realized that Calvin is the boy who works in my studio. After a while, she woke up and asked me about our baby. But at the moment, I was thinking, why was she talking about the name Calvin? I wanted to know the truth. So rather than telling her about the baby, I directly questioned her about Calvin. "What is going on between you and Calvin?" She said, "Calvin and I? Are you mad?" I told her that she was chanting Calvin's name when she was unconscious. She panicked and began to sob. She said that she was dating Calvin from the last 2.5 years, and the baby who got miscarried is actually his and not mine. I felt cheated. I had no words and just went away, leaving my wife behind. I got a divorce with her and broke off the relationship clean and kept myself busy with work. I also removed Calvin from the job and hired more new people. We started taking more projects, and I did promotion of my work to most of the social media sites. I even made the advertisement and sold it to the advertisers. It took me a year to come out of my marriage incident. Then one day, I received an email from Rose. She was looking for a sound studio for designing some of her videos. We met to get the deal finalized. She was tall, beautiful, and hot in figure. She wanted to get 30 videos of hers designed within 3 months, and she was ready to pay a huge amount for the same. We got the deal done, and all my co-workers worked day and night to complete the project. I was planning to buy a car, and the amount of money which I was supposed to get from this project was sufficient. I started meeting with Rose frequently for the same project, and gradually the professional meetup changed to personal. I shared my personal problems of my wife with her. We started hanging around often and soon started dating each other. I was enjoying her company a lot. Our relationship got stronger, and I could blindly trust her. Days passed by, and finally, all her video designs were completed. Rose was thrilled with the work. She asked me to give her all the music files and the hard disk, but one of my co-workers said that we can't provide all the files and that she'd need to pay us first. Rose looked at me and said, "Oh dear, don't spoil my plan. Tomorrow we're going for a romantic date. I'll give you your payment there along with the surprise." I was ecstatic to know that tomorrow was a big day. I started dreaming about my future with her, and my senses weren't working, and I let her take the hard disk. The next day, I went to said location. She had invited me to a hotel, and the seats were already reserved. I sat on the chair and was waiting for her. She was late, so I called her, but her phone wasn't connecting. Then a waiter came along with a glass of wine. He served me the glass and gave me a note. I surprisingly opened the note to find, "Thanks, honey, for the sounds. You did a fabulous job. And your surprise is that I have left town. Enjoy the wine, Dumbo." My mind was just not ready to accept that, but the fact was, even she cheated on me. Just to get all the video done for free, she played with me. How could she do that? All girls are the same. They have no feelings. I feel like I can't trust anybody now. I don't know whether I'll ever be able to trust anyone. I visited a psychologist and took some therapy so that I can relax my mind. Nowadays, I just remain confused, and it's become difficult for me to make any decision in my life. Kindly suggest for me what I should do in the comment box. If you've also had an experience in the past or any suggestions which will be helpful for me, then kindly share it in the comment section below. Subscribe to this channel to watch more such videos in the future.
Hey friends, my name is Kaya, I'm 26 years old, and my best friend's name is Emma. We are the same age. Emma and I were the best of buddies right from boarding school up to college. We had many friends, but our friendship was really special. We could always count on each other. We used to hang out together. We used to laugh, cry, and had loads of fun together. We used to share everything with each other, and were there for help always. Life was easy and fun with her. Remember, this happens with everyone. Eventually, we completed college. My best friend Emma got a job in a multinational company. I was happy for her. And now, she got busy in her work, but every single day, we used to text and a phone call each other. We were hanging out together practically every week. Although after joining her work, she was giving less time to our friendship every time she had some or the other reasons to not responding. But when this started happening often, I realized she is ignoring me. She used to always want to hang out with me, but suddenly she gets busy. Whenever I used to call her up, she had her excuses ready, like she wanted to focus on her career and all. But I used to see her hanging out with her new friends and other people. I thought, that's okay. She's doing her own thing. Everybody finds new friends at their workplace. But still, I used to text or message her because you can't forget your old friends, right? One day, I messaged her this: "I missed you. Let's go to dinner. There is a new restaurant that serves amazing sushi. I know you love Japanese food." She replied, "Hey Kaya, sorry I have to go out with my mum for groceries." The same evening, I went to the store, thinking I might bump into her. While coming back from the store, I saw Emma on a bike, sitting behind a guy. I hid myself and saw that she was with John, a guy who used to study with us in college. I was devastated. I felt cold and numb. This feeling of being cheated on by your best friend was killing me. How can she? I considered her my everything, and she didn't even care telling me? I decided to confront her. I went to her place and asked her why she's behaving like this. "Hey darling, surprise!" Oh, hey Kaya, what happened? "Well, can I come in?" "Yeah, come in." "Listen, Emma, I think there is something wrong between us. I mean, perhaps I'm overreacting, but I really miss you." "Listen, Kaya, you have no right to invade my privacy, and you don't need to control my life." "What? Don't act innocent. I'm dating John. You know John, right?" Yes. He told me about you. Who are you to decide if I should date him or not? He just requested you to help him be friends with me, right?" The truth is, I was afraid of losing Emma. I loved Emma so much. As a girl, she wanted more than what I could offer. I just didn't want to lose her. I'd seen this guy John with a lot of other girls, and none of them were happy after he left them for his next target. I wished Emma the best in life, and that was the end of our friendship. Life lesson? Friends' life goes on. I realized people are there in your life not for you, but for themselves. They will be there till they feel their needs are being fulfilled. One day, they will be out of sight and out of mind. If you have such kind of experience, you can share it in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked my story, and subscribe to this channel to watch more such videos in the future.